All right, here we go. I have no idea how this video is going to turn out. At this point, I'm just guessing across the board. Yeah, there's a 7 pin up there. I stoned a 7, so after stoning a 7, I was like, all right, time to practice. So we'll start off with a practice shot. I take off my glasses. I don't bowl with glasses. Go. So again, this practice session I'm focused on staying behind it. Let's see how I do. With this Optimum, I like this ball. Not the strongest ball, but I like the way it rolls. I'm playing the gutter right now. Excited to play the gutter just because it seems like there's a little bit of a shot out there. I don't get too many opportunities to play the gutter. Little messenger, flat sand messenger, whatever. Hopefully you guys can see all that mess. I'm not really sure how much you guys can see. I don't know the layout on this Optimum. It's pin up, basically lane shine. All right, that's kind of typical. Sometimes the oil pushes here, the ball starts hitting flat. So I've got, I don't know how many games are on this pair. I don't know what they did at 6 o'clock or whatever, but this place likes to push. Oil likes to push. If you're not high flush, it's pretty much flat 10. Yeah, as you can see, practice is needed. I'm going to this Tour V1, whatever this thing is. Pretty sure it's a hybrid shell. That one I got to put a piece of tape in. Yeah, okay. Tour V1. Right. Redo all the things. Feel that. Yeah, that feels. Behind the ball. Yeah, it's hard for me to tell if I'm staying behind it or not. My guess is that I'm not really completely behind it. Yeah, so that one I tried to move right, like a board maybe around there. Move my eyes left about 2, trying to keep it in line as opposed to belly. So I think I'm going to stay right there and then really focus again on what I'm supposed to focus on for.
What's the occasion, man? Something's back of my mind.
I'm thinking about the U.S. Open team. I know it's 2 weeks from now, but total, it's like
You don't have to be ashamed to have it. You're like, no, you're down here working on something. That's good.
yeah. I noticed over the years I'll go from like I push away here, and I get down here and I'm like this. I get to the top and I kind of correct. I get back down to the bottom. I'm like turning late. I think that hurts me from keeping it on target.
I'm finding my search a couple of years back into this that the role of the ball is critical, and especially if the old fuckers break them down so fucking douchebags. Like the role has to be very forward, and like okay, when I was 18, my role was fucking dead over end over end. Why can't I do that now? Now it's been a struggle to try to get the roll back this way. I still need a little bit of tilt, like a little bit of rotation, but you can't be tilted like this. It could be like this, but it can't be this and this. It can be a fucking 2-8-10 or a 3-6-9-10 every fucking time. But yeah, the old guys break it down like shit. Because I was convinced a couple of years ago, like I can still lean on it pretty good. My knee doesn't help me much, but there's not many, in the near the 60 range that can do it. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. I can just get 5 or 8 or 10 deeper than them. No, the more you get farther away from where they're playing and try to go through it, the ball goes like this.
Yeah, it's like wiggle.
Yeah. It doesn't. And then you try to hook it more or hit it more. Nope, it's going to be worse.
It's like you got to be on top of them. Now, whoever you're following, you got to be on top of them wherever they're at. It doesn't even matter. Whoever. If you got Jack Dirk and you're following him, he's piping it, or you get someone like Tom Hess going inside out.
But he still can play in that Dirk range. He has kind of an end over end. He doesn't hook it a lot.
Right, but he's soft enough at the bottom.
Yeah.
To where his ball doesn't read. He's like an old Dave Deontamon. If you remember, Dave, he could like float it through the front and then hook it this much.
Right, but that was when we wanted the ball 45 feet down the lane. All we wanted to see is go like this.
And I still have that in my head, and I can't seem to break it.
I'm slowly eliminating it, but it's been fucking. I need something 20 grip. I still feel like.
Right, right. All right, I had a quick little conversation with Brian Alpert. He's a good guy, one of our better bowlers out of California. All right, so whatever you want, we're keeping in the aura. Stay behind it. Felt my body push a little bit left. Like my hand at the bottom, but see when I do the video recap, kind of. Yeah, I got some adjustments to do with my left side spares. My body pushing pretty hard left. Could stay with this. Want to see what the hell's going on with this shell. This shell for me, it's weird. It starts pushing. You just get about a half a game into it. All right, that one felt decent. Felt like I had my forearm, like the crook of your forearm, elbow at the target. Maybe that's part of something to focus on. Trying to keep my shoulders back. Eventually, I'll get a sideways view. That one felt really bad. But yeah, I was on target, but yeah, I was inside about 1 to 2. Wouldn't call that on target. All right, that's fair, a little better. Call it secondary focus, but I gotta see if I can't post a shot a little better. I'm falling off every time. Little touch. Call the roll. All right. That was a better post. It felt pretty decent, pretty good. All that about an A- shot. Throw about 5 more with this ball. Second to clean them all the same. Post shot in my hand with the ball. All right. That was about A- also. Give me plus. I could be a little cleaner off my hand. I'm not focused on that right now, but I'm focused on trying to stay behind it. So maybe if I'm behind a little better, it'd be a little cleaner. Give it a couple more boards of shade.
Fourth or fifth era, like for me, it was always, oh, good. Now I'm in my wheelhouse. I get to fucking lean on it and fucking, right?
And do what other guys could.
Right. Now you can't do that. If I get in deeper and try to whirl it a little to the front, and no, I still, even getting into fourth and fifth era, I still have to be conscientious of rolling the core up the back. There's no like, oh, now I get to do what I want. I was convinced I would be able to get to do what I want. And it's taken 3 fucking years for me to go, nope, you don't get to do what you want. You got to fucking do what they're telling you to do. That's
You know,
so fucking
there was
annoying.
an Instagram post, like 4 or 5, 6 goals, like right behind, like right at the release, and they're all like they get to the spot,
But then,
but they're right behind it, right, where the fingers are.
right where the thumb comes out and the fingers are
They're
twitching.
all right behind it.
Right. You watch all the youngins, they all right. They're all getting to that same spot, whether they start like this or this, they're still there.
There's a slow mo of Mitch Hupé, and he's literally like here, but his hand gets to that same spot, like right here. He goes from here to here in like a matter of like this distance. You
In
know,
a fraction of a second.
real fast. You know, they're talking about all the kids, all the rookies this year, and they're kind of like, oh, why is it, whatever. Is it the Belmo effect? Like, no, the guys that went out on tour back in 70s, 80s, 90s, they didn't have the advantage of all the patterns. Now they come out on tour, they know the patterns. I'm not saying that they break down the same, but they have a pretty good idea of what their strategy is going to be.
And they've watched their peers do it. They've seen it.
Yeah.
And even if they change them, they're still 41 feet, 42 feet, 44 feet.
Yeah.
They all know. They all know how they're going to attack on that distance. Forget the volume, the distance, right? The volume is going to be controlled by, okay, I got a surface, left surface, a little stronger pin, a little weaker pin, right? But the roll is all going to be the same.
Yeah. I got that one in pretty good. Felt like my feet moved. Felt like I moved my feet a little left, and that caused me to be left, caused me to be. It was pretty close. See if we can do that. Got around that one pretty good. Got around that one way too much. All right, so 3, 6, 10 for me. Take my 10 pin spot, 10 pin eyes. 4 to the right. That was a good check. Good spare. Stay behind. Right over the top. Even though that ball gets high, I was like the way that ball came out. So I'm going to move a couple more left, kind of get a little bit more shape. We're trying not necessarily roll it more, but trying to. Okay, let's see. I'm going to try and stay down. We'll see. Yeah, you can really tell when that ball gets out, it wants to move. It wants to be a trucking. 3 pin for me. 6. 10 pin shot, 6 pin. Yeah, I think I pushed my body to the left. Almost like I have another camera for the left side of the shirt. See how far I'm pushing my body to the left. I forget what I was looking at, but I think my body was left. All right. I'm going to try and blend that out. Try something different. It's in the same area. Optimum Idol 500. Yeah. That ball's go further right. That's pretty good. That's about a B plus shot. As far as tempo and off my hand, we'll see what the video results are, if I was behind it or not. Need a couple more options with surface. Yeah, that was about a B shot right there. Even though it looked good out there, but felt like I didn't project it very well. I'm assuming it was straight. Hopefully my hand was straight. Push my body left. I think when I push my body left, it's my first step. First step kind of gets a little loosey goosey. Get better at this here. So I'm gonna move my eyes down, maybe 6 inches past the arrow instead. I think it's more my all right, that felt pretty good, but where I'm standing, my targeting is not right. But I feel like I threw it well, and I didn't hit the center of the pin. A couple more shots with it. This is the Optimum Idol. It's 500 per. But it's starting to catch the lane time here. Actually, that one actually felt pretty decent. Like a B plus right in there. Like, yeah, that was a flat 10, but the way I threw it felt pretty good. All right. Let's make this go. Like this. That felt pretty good. Actually, try to focus on my first step and trying to go straight with it, not allow it to slide to the left. Part of my problem is once my first step starts sliding left, things get way out of control. All right, let's do this. We'll go back to the lane shine optimum. But I'm going to let this thing roll. We'll let it fade. Open up the angles a little bit. Something happened to push away. Trying to bounce the ball off my leg a touch. Something happened. Not too sure. I'll check the video. Also, I didn't feel like I was behind. And I was firm. Need to go a lot softer on the shape. Yeah, going straight at the two pin is important. Important for me because if I start centering that two pin, kind of gives me an idea of what the wash out looks like, and also the bucket. Lane shine optimum. Close. Hit that other one with the surface. Yeah, that was fun, huh? Take that one, but I don't think I was behind it too well. Got it on now. All right, for that 7 pin, I moved actually 3 to the right of where I normally stand. So maybe it'll be a little plainer, easier for me. Basically standing 15, looking at 21. See how soft, with lane shine idle bill. Yeah, you can see that thing. Labors. All right, let's go for the 210. It's going to be something that previous 7 pin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go one left of there. That wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Just, shooting 210s, there's the strategy side of it, then there's the feel side of it. All right. So that, shine off of the 7 other times. Let me go to a theorem. All right, for me, the theorem is the asymmetrical core. I guess I should know it. Pretty sure it's based on. See how this does. Getting on form. Yeah, you can see that ball working. You can see that ball working through the mid lane. Through the mid lane, it just had a touch of a read. Touch of a read through the mid. Hard to tell. The ball. Let's see. It's not, it's getting flush. It's not exactly getting to the 8 pin as far as splitting the 8-9, but you can see it's reading it around. Really don't have anything else that's in that range. I think right now my equipment is in a bad state where it feels like they're all very similar. That's what it feels like to me right now. What's going to happen? Kind of gravitate towards what's working. Yeah, maybe you guys can see that one finish a lot better. I gave it about another 2 boards of shape. Hard to keep my hand a little soft on that. Still with some heat on my fingers. I think that was in from my push away. Off my hand, it felt pretty decent. Maybe I got around a touch on it, but we'll see. Yeah, it's kind of typical of this place. Get to push that 5, 9, and 7. Then if your angle went right, got that flat sand. Work on the settlement strategy. Fell off a touch. Not sure if I fell off because of tempo or my feet or just laziness. Let's go. Sure what happened. I'm not too sure. I would not touch that. What you call it? D minus. Seven pin felt better. I stood about 23 and then moved my eyes from 22 to 24. I think it helps my feet. There we go. That similar shot, you know, where you just don't have the ball read that well. But it's still strong enough to push that 5 behind the 7. Trying to get that snap at 10. It's like a little bit more mid lane read. I think that's where it's perfect. Yeah, pin down symmetrically. We like that. Two good 7 pins in a row. Basically, when I shoot single pin spares, my objective is to hit the center of the pin. What do we want to do here? What do you think, boys and girls? I think for right now, of course, our practice is focused on staying behind it. I think I'm going to let the big dog eat. Let's get after it. Yeah, I don't know if you could tell, but I got into that one a little bit more. But still push. It's like that mid lane. It's not reading too well. I'm going to try. Get some more heat. More heat on those fingers. Yeah, that wasn't a very good spare shot. I was out of position. I think it was my feet, shoulders, and my hand got over the top. Let's get something into this one. Yeah, that one I really sat on. And you can see it did pick up mid lane. I'm going to try and keep that shape right there, but I'm going to try and slip behind it. It's purpose of today's time. Or try to. A little Dougie Kent in that one. Lofty touch. What Doug Kent was really good at. He could loft it. We're not like blocking gutter taps, but he can get the ball out on the lane. That's really good at that. All right. Not too much muscle. Use your legs. Yeah, I like that one. That was nice. A little bit of heat, kept my legs strong. Felt like I was behind it, but knowing me, I'm sure I got around it. All right, focus a little bit more, staying behind it. Just try and keep that rhythm, that shape. Let's see. Stay behind it. Nice soft rhythm. Your boy got some sweat on the approach. All right. Nothing like a little lather. Little lather. I got that in, but just soft enough to not get bullied by the oil. Pretty decent, actually. Didn't feel that high, but you know, there's a plant in that spot. Maybe I'm taking up some more lots, huh? 10 bucks. If I miss it, I owe you 10 bucks.
So you guys know Colorado, right?
Really? Yeah, just north of Denver.
It's been there a couple of years now. Yeah. Yeah. All the Masters. Next year, because then you kind of come it's technically not a double dip, but you do, there's caffeine.
Yeah, it's on the side. Yeah, what can help?
Are you 60?
Oh,
Like 5 years.
yeah.
So next year, my plan would be to bowl. Wow, this trend goes like in a row. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna drive to Michigan last year and bowl the World Series. Be fucking tired 4 to 5 days.
Did Bill Rose try and go on tour when you were around? So, he only like popped in every once in a while.
I remember him in the late 80s and early 90s. I remember him later, like, you know,
Amateur stuff, right?
yeah. I don't remember him like even like when I don't even remember him like when I bowled and made my first comeback in '98 and bowled for a couple of years. I don't remember him then.
Oh, you had some fun when finally Robert and Barnes PA went out in '98.
Yeah.
They're like 28 years old.
I bowled, yeah, like I bowled like the year that Robert won the U.S. Open, that was 2000. Yeah, I bowled that tournament, and I almost made the final. I fouled like in game, you know, like 18, no, whatever, like in the qualifying. You know, it was like 2 games to go, and I was on like a fucking 3-bagger, and someone literally threw mark under my feet. Some gremlin, I fucking fouled. And yeah, I missed by 10. Yeah. Ozio got in, I think. It was Ozio that made the fucking cut. Yeah. I mean, out of nowhere, I was like, fucking.
Where did they qualify?
It was in Arizona. Yeah, it was in Phoenix. Yeah. For the final. Yes, yeah. Yeah, that was in Arizona. Yeah, so I was fucking off.
They walk around.
Oh yeah, and someone was injured and didn't withdraw. They should have. And I remember thinking, you fucker, you can't even hold on to the ball. Get the fuck out. What's that? I have to sit there and watch it. And I was like, oh, good, I can go in.
All right, I missed that 10 pin, so I owe someone $10. Not too sure why I missed that 10. Maybe, hopefully I can catch it on video. I feel my back getting a little tight, little tightness in the back here. Yeah, I go down about another three is shape because that tension is a high roll the 4-7. Another 3 on the first, but you saw that ball's reading pretty strong. I'm going to go to my Surface Quantum Idol. See what that is. These are all pin-up lights, by the way.
Now I was secretly contemplating going to Bell's TOC in Virginia. Looked at it today. I was not even close to 30 people in it. And I'm like, I'm going to wait till after the Masters. The other people.
So I can hear after the regular Masters, or
No, like the senior Masters.
is there a senior TOC?
There's a senior TOC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in August in Virginia. They're not. They don't go to. I got it. Yeah, this will be my 4th time. And each year it's always like a stress to get in. This year I knew I wanted to bowl, but I wasn't thinking about it. And Danny Pinocchio comes into the program. This was in January. And he goes, "Did you get in?" And what do you think? The Masters, it's open, it's
open at 8 a.m.
I pulled my phone out, I'm like, and it's never easy. It's not like there's like drop down, and you have to put your team. Which team are you on? Why does it do that every time? And it took me like 8 tries, and I was like, okay, I got it. But are you both?
I forgot about it. Kind of,
DA was also on the couldn't get any.
Yeah. Top 10. I looked at it a couple of days ago. I think he's top 10. Like Robin Smith, recently got in. He was like in the 50s or something. I'm like 60. Something like this.
Yeah, this will be the 4th time.
I felt like years ago, I felt like I had a good look. I just, my left right thing is I couldn't duck. Even like, okay, now that's right. Can't find this one, but that's 9. So it's like
Yeah, the scores got higher. Like the first year I bowled, it took 150 to make the cut. Then it took 200 the next year, and then it took 270 last year. It went up each year, but the shots seemed similar. It wasn't like like some crazy different. It was just similar. But my score from year 1 would have made. Yeah, I made that correct. 270 over that year, and I would have made, but
like all the years.
But yeah, last 2 years I was like 200. Now, 3 years ago I was in. 3 years ago, no, I'm not now. It's like, fuck, where did they
Think about all these kids doing the backup phone. Simon's been doing
go?
it.
That was amazing. Yeah. I think it's all great. I love the two-handers. I just wish my body would like do it. Can't do it. Bug me. I can't do it.
Tank's done a pretty good job at it.
Impressed. Right, man.
Oh, you were the trivia question on both.
I press
Yeah,
on
I
both
got it
TV.
right.
Fucking
Here's from-
what trivia question?
so,
Let me pull. Hold on. Why would I?
shape the surface up in my dome. The last time it got flushed, but it wasn't groundbreaking. It wasn't exactly getting through the pocket. And that one cut it out to the friction, and it still didn't even get through the pocket. Real flush, but
Okay, 300 of those. Right. So interesting. I wouldn't even know that would come up. I don't know. I used it. I never had forgotten a couple years ago.
normally it's like
$11 a month. That's pretty good. What is it normally cost?
all right. Well, we're gonna see another weak hit. Be the last one for this fall. This one's probably gonna be pretty weak. Something happened with my feet. She got kind of stuck, but I think that was me. Pull out the one. All right, remember this. Yeah, standing 17, looking at 23. Fell off a little, but feet were straight, arms showing straight. What we want. Awesome. I really don't have anything else to do with you. But I'll see you guys on the flip. I'm gonna call it for a night. See my wifey here. See y'all.